and Victoria's boyfriend Nathaniel becomes a fixture in the shop as well. But a closer look at the sisters does raise some eyebrows. One person that seems less than interested in joining the family business is Crystal's sister Terry. Terry, the middle sister, claims not to need the job. But she's still more than happy to take Jeffrey's handouts.
I think that he was giving her a helping hand, hoping that she would find her way.
Good for Jeffrey Dampierre sharing the wealth and the love. Too bad it won't last forever. Tonight begins like most nights, with the Dampierres retiring to Jeffrey's mansion to bask in their good luck. But with Jeffrey's generous nature, there seems to be a growing number of mouths to feed.
He was known as a guy other family members would turn to if they were having problems with their car, and they would call Jeffrey. If they needed help with finances, they would call Jeffrey.
There are a lot of people who suddenly have sought Jeff out for their own gain. People who seem to think that they have some reason to deserve just because he has a lot of money.
I would say it caused a lot of my family members to become more dependent on my father. Everybody thought, they could come and ask them for anything and, don't have to pay anything in return.
The good times may be rolling, but Jeffrey's closest ally, his wife Crystal, realizes at this rate the money can't last forever.
There were some awkward situations with family dinners and holidays and things like that, even at work.
Crystal decides to try and end the handouts to her sisters. First, she zeroes in on Jeffrey's apparent favoritism for her youngest sister, Victoria.
My dad was paying her rent and, her bills and everything.
As the baby, Victoria seems to enjoy a very special relationship with Jeffrey.
He showered her with gifts.
Jewelry is being purchased. He would give her everything that she wanted.
Victoria claims she's earned all the money during her shifts at the popcorn shop. Not possible, says Crystal.
Victoria didn't work there full time. It wasn't a job where she worked 30, 40 hours a week. It was just, she'd go and help out at the popcorn shop like other family members did.
Crystal knows her husband is an easy mark, and that it isn't just Victoria reaping the benefits.
Crystal knew that Jeff was giving money both to Terry and Victoria, and she didn't like it. She told Jeff to stop supporting them.
She felt he was being taken advantage of.
The line in the sand is drawn. The three sisters are now bickering constantly.
Terry and Victoria are jealous of Crystal. She has the big house, she has the nice car, and they're having to struggle a little bit more and living in apartments, even though they're receiving some help.
Caught in all of this crossfire, poor Jeffrey just wants some peace and quiet.
Jeffrey did whatever he could do to keep the family together.
Here's a guy who seemingly had everything and went to great lengths to share his newfound wealth with his family, and it turns out it wasn't enough.
Jeffrey pays lip service to his wife's demand, but secretly keeps paying Victoria's bills.
I think sometimes he probably found it hard to say no.
At times I thought he was a little too generous to certain people.
It's a recipe for disaster, and in the days to come, the Dampierres' red-hot winning streak will end in cold-blooded murder, all because of one family bond that got a little too tight. Tuesday, July 26, 2005, is a day like no other in Tampa. In the late afternoon, Jeffrey knocks off early from work for a date with his wife, but never shows up. Shortly after that, Tampa resident James Ruffalo gets an odd call.
My neighbor said that there was a car at the end of our road. Something was wrong, and he wanted me to check it out.
What they discover is something ominous.
They saw this car running at the end of a dead-end street, and they looked in the driver's seat and didn't see anybody.
I wasn't convinced that the car was empty when I first got there, because why is it running? Why is it sitting there?
So many questions. One simple, terrifying answer.